If you're watching this, it means you've not been load shedded, or perhaps you've got some alternative source of energy. Load shedding, stage 2, stage 3, stage 1, they're phrases that are becoming commonplace in South Africa as we continue to grapple with the huge gap in electricity generation capacity. These are the dark days of our lives, and they've also created an opportunity. FNB was the first to take electricity generators to market, and now Absa has teamed up with a business called Eco Novartis, I think you pronounce it, I'll find out now, to share some of the spoils created by Eskom. Where Eskom creates chaos, banking creates an opportunity. It's a nice change. Two guys to get excited about the load shedding stages. Pierre Loubser, who's managing executive at Absa Consumer Banking, and Karabo Matlala from FNB Business. Karabo, you guys were first to announce.
Yes.
And you got what, petrol and diesel generators?
Correct, we do.
Okay, just tell me what you're doing.
So our announcement was that we've got 10,000 devices available to our consumer base, and you can get them in different ways. You can purchase them through the eBucks shop, or you can purchase them through cash or using eBucks as well, and also a facility. You can get a facility from us. To date, we've sold around 2,000, just above 2,000 from since our announcement.
Did you overestimate demand, do you think? I mean, the fact, because quite often, banks being cautious guys, you say 10,000, anticipating there'll be demand for 40, like with iPads and smartphones. Correct. This hasn't been as grabby.
I think it has been as grabby. I think our anticipation was we're actually going to sell about 100 a week. So we've actually reached and surpassed our goals initially.
Right, so you're happy with what you achieved. Correct. Yeah, what do you guys do? I mean, you guys are doing more of an eco-friendly version. What's your partner's name? I got it wrong.
Yes, Eco Novartis.
Novartis.
You got it nearly right. Yes, yeah, and we're indeed excited. We decided to follow a slightly different route and give our customers further choice in the renewable energy solution environment. 5 very specific solutions we offered our customers. Entry-level type of solutions to solutions that
entry-level, what, so you offer them a candle? I mean,
that's more.
What's the entry-level?
That's not entry-level anymore. No, it could be as simple as tracking your energy consumptions to battery backup solution and backup solutions, adding to that solar panels, adding to our solar heated geysers, heat pumps in itself, and you can have a full-on solution that even takes you totally off the grid.
I mean, but there you're looking at hundreds of thousands of rand, right?
Yes, it starts at price ranges of close to 10,000 to as much as 250,000 if you want to totally take yourself off the grid.
What is the difference between this and buying a car? I mean, this is a depreciating asset. This is essentially the same sort of thing, isn't it? You're funding an asset, or you're funding a device.
Yeah, so I would like to think, and I can speak in more detail in terms of the different financial options we're giving our customers, but I think it's more than that. If you look in terms of the value that you're actually adding to your house, by having solutions like these renewable energy solutions. There's some credible research now, and it's early days. Let's admit itself. Even in the world now, just reading over the weekend, story in California, comparing houses without this type of solutions with houses with the solutions, and the real proof that houses with this type of solutions got some add value to their homes. So
now, Karabo's moved 2,000 of 10,000 available generators. How many of these eco solutions have you guys moved? I think how many have you sold?
Yeah, so we haven't sold that many yet. You can appreciate the process that we're going through and making absolutely sure that our customers get the right solutions. The process is that of a customer making contact with us. We've got our specialist partner that makes contact very specific to the customer's need. You know, your home could be north facing this way, that way. It all influences the solution that you want, how modular you want it in itself. That takes a bit of time and fairness.
But the criticism of the FNB plan, Karabo, is it's not green. You wanted to get first to market, you got to market first, you got lots of coverage, lots of publicity, innovative bank doing clever things, yet you're pouring fumes into the atmosphere.
I think we need to explain our approach. So our first approach was initially to solve for an immediate need. And I think we've done that. We're definitely working towards solving for sustainable energy, etc. So we will begin that process. We already offer things like an eco-energy loan where you can actually borrow money from us and look at the sustainable energy portion. What we're trying to get to is that we find the right people that have the expertise to solve for our problems.
The problem with this thing is this is a brand new industry. And what happens in a brand new industry is plumbers and guys who are a little bit short of work and sort of house renovation suddenly go, yeah, I can install solar. Isn't that a problem in terms of finding reliable suppliers, Pierre?
But I think that's the benefit of entering and kind of solutions where you've got it linked to a famous brand. like to call it, like Absa, like Barclays, like First National Bank.
Correct, I agree.
And I think to your point, it's quite a good point.
No,
I
it's
think
quite high, but I'm saying about, talking about a risk to you and reputational risk, because if I come to you, I come to you for the finance, and somebody arrives with his year 2000 Hilux, it's a good bucky.
Good question.
Your reputation's at risk. So how do you choose?
We're very aware of that. Sorry if I can come in there. My point is, we're very aware of that. Econavitas is a partner we've been since 2010 via our insurance company, the Wealth and Insurance Management Company. And so it's got a proven track record with us already. They've got a huge distribution and installer network in itself. And as we're looking in terms of this environment, and I mean, innovation will drive this exponentially. Bruce, you're quite right. So we are comfortable if we've got a right partner, specialist partner, and to your point of risk, we have managed that accordingly via our procurement process, our legal process, risk mitigation process in that, and we'll stand by our commitment to our customers to help them.
And what's interesting, and Pierre makes the point, doesn't he, Karabo, that the technology is evolving all the time.
Correct.
So whereas it might cost 250 or 300 or 400,000, depending on how big your house is and how many downlighters you've got to go off the grid, the stuff's coming cheaper all the time.
Yes.
So our South Africans, because we're cheapskates, we can tolerate a lot of darkness before we give up.
Yeah, that's very true.
So what's happening in the technology space? Why should I buy now rather than later? Do I wait? What do I do?
I think it's all dependent on you as a customer, what you want to achieve. I think for me, the starting point is: do you just want to keep on a few lights on? Do you want to go towards a sustainable energy solution side, or do you just want to, reduce your electricity usage? Those are all things that you need to ask yourself, and then you'll be able to decide which direction you want to go. So technology from now on, from this perspective, it'll be very difficult for me to answer because it does change a lot. But when you do find the solution that you want, you'll be able to find it in the market.
If I spend 300,000 Rand on taking my house off the grid, how long does it take to pay itself back? That's the crucial calculation, because electricity prices are going up. Application to nurse are now 25% increase application. They'll get mid-teens, but still, it's mid-teens on top of double electricity prices in 5 years. The price of the stuff isn't going down.
Yeah, a good question once again, and I suppose it's many of the things that we looked at as we looked at these type of solutions. And I think it's fair to say there's many things that you need to consider in that calculation. Some of the research has indicated a period of 3 years, but it depends on how you go about that. And I think the point that's being made is, do I buy a full-on solution now, or do I kind of go in a modular kind of way? The solutions that we've offered is allowing you to do that. So, I mean, you can most probably cut that theory in different pieces if you want to talk to it. But I think in fairness,
go modular. I mean, if you buy a small box of Lego, it's more expensive than buying the big set. So you're going to go incrementally. You're going to go the whole hog.
Depending on what you can afford, most probably your own personal circumstances. I think many of our customers have got unique needs. Some of them they've got a basic need, And let's also be fair. Some of our customers just want to have a certain sustainable energy, electricity available to them.
Peace in the home.
Yeah, and some people will want to have that full-on solution, So I mean, which will, and they can afford it. So I think.
What does funding cost? I mean, if I'm going to come to you and borrow money to buy a car nowadays, I can probably get prime minus 6 or 7 to buy a car nowadays. In that ballpark.
You must probably have a bit more, but anyway.
With them or with you. Okay. What am I paying to borrow money to buy a top-end generator?
So we score customers individually based on each customer. So I can't really give you a good percentage.
Prime minus.
Prime minus.
Prime minus,
yes.
-1, -2, -5. I
can't give you that number. It all depends on who the customer is.
How good does it get?
It could get very good. So prime minus 3, 4, 5.
Okay. So it's cheaper to buy a generator than the house. What about in the renewable
I can give you a
space?
similar answer, but I think we've gone out in market as part of our guaranteed financial offers. To the point is we can give you much more. First of all, on the card, to give you a prime. There is a flat rate for 12 months, irrespective of who you are in the case. And obviously, we've got the loan offer in itself, which is a guaranteed interest rate offer. We'll match any offer out there in the market. And then you've got your home loan offer, making use of that equity on your home loan. And depending on what you have.
That's the most logical place for anybody to go. Just dip into the home loan. You're adding value to the home. It's not like going to buy beer or something.
And your interest rate there is most likely to be at the best rate anyway. And it's most probably the best way to finance it. But once again, our customers got choice. And I think that's what we want to give our customers. Choice in the solution, choice in the finance option, and also choice in the channels which they can use to get to these solutions.
Trickier question for you, Karabo. How big an opportunity is this for the bank? Because that gives us an idea as to what the bank is thinking about Eskom's ability to fix the problem?
I think for me the bigger question is the consumer need.
Answer the question I ask. The question I ask, not the question you want to answer. So how big an opportunity is this for the bank?
I think it's early days. I cannot even give you an answer around that. For us, our biggest concern is our consumer. If we can solve for that problem, we'll do that.
You guys are all heart. But it's a great business opportunity because you look at a 5-year time horizon. Let's assume by then Eskom is generating enough electricity. Can we afford to pay per megawatt?
Yeah. So I think your question is spot on, and I think it's less about the business opportunity for us currently, now with this need. It's a broader opportunity. You're helping customers to spend their money on other things, which are pouring so much now into electricity, which they sometimes have or not have. So the cheapness of the solution will, to your point, will exponentially be more affordable. So we want our customers to spend their money in different things. It's not better for the customer, but also for the country. So
and also the concept of putting electricity back onto the grid. My favorite example, J.R. Ewing, great oil baron on TV, but Larry Hagman, the late Larry Hagman, was feeding electricity onto the California grid. In Cape Town, apparently, you can do it. No?
Most parts of our country, you can't.
The Cape Town, you can.
I'm not sure what Cape Town.
I will not debate what my colleague is saying there. It's obviously already some renewable solutions that's feeding into the grid. We are aware of that. So there's a big...
But as households, we need to be able to feed onto the grid. So if you go on holiday for a month, help your holiday pay for itself by feeding electricity onto the grid. I mean, those are the sorts of options.
That's good.
That'll be ultimate goal, definitely.
And I think the innovation is going to continue evolving in this space. We're going to most probably see this in the next 2 to 3 years. And it's fair to say South Africa has been slower than the rest of the world to catch up on this. I mean, if you look at the campus where I come from in Joburg, the towers is totally off the grid currently. Via gas that we use. So
but gas is also variable and expensive.
That's right. So my point is there's some things already off the grid. So I think you always got two arguments to it. One part is using something different, electricity, just to not be dependent on the grid. And the other part is obviously the efficiency and the environmental friendly approach. And I think some of people are maybe sometimes at the first one versus the second part. And I think one need to look at both.
It's fascinating. Thank you both for thinking about it and helping the rest of us, because we're also a little bit slow.
This conversations is coming up in more and more.
No, they are, absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
If you think that banks are run on hot air, well, they're not. They run on gas. Still electricity at FNB?
Yes.
There we go. Still, they make lots of money, so they can afford the growth in electricity prices. My thanks to our guests, Karabo Matlala from FNB Business, and to Pierre Loubser, who's Managing Executive at Absa Consumer Banking. Where there is a crisis, there is a solution, provided you're prepared to pay for it. The alternative, of course, is you can have candlelight suppers and maybe cook some marshmallows or something on them. There'll be more shedding for years to come, no doubt. But for now, it's good night from all of us here in Johannesburg. Bye-bye.